Okay, this video we're going to be adding a light in the back, so when you open the trunk you can see what's going on. So this thing, there's one of those clips on this side, and this just kind of sits in there like that. So when you're taking it off, the right side, just kind of pull it down and slide it out that way. And then you have your 3-wire plug. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a wire from here to over in this area and then run it back to right here. It's not going to get in the way, and it's the easiest thing to do without ripping the whole back end of the car apart. I'm only going to put one on this side. If you want to do the extra time and run another wire down that side, it'd all be wired exactly the same. Okay, something I thought was important were these things up here to take off that handle. Once you once you fold it down, those things just slide in there. They just go straight in. They don't fold back or anything. So when you're trying to pry them out, there's little there's little places to put your screwdriver. It's probably on this. Yeah, right there. And it'd be easier if you put a screwdriver on each side, on the left and the right, and just kind of pry it back at the same time. And that'll pop these little things out. And then it's just little clips. And I guess you'd probably reinstall these on here. And then you snap that thing back in. So, I didn't know that. There's no screws or anything. So if you have a fat girlfriend or something, make sure she doesn't pull too hard on those things, because she'll just rip them right out of the fucking roof. So anyway, we got that down. I'm going to pull this back a little bit and fish my line across. I guess you could use a coat hanger if you don't have any tools. I was thinking about using one of those. It's a fish line for electricians, but I have a little plastic tube that would work perfect for this, and it's flexible and fit right through. I'll tap the wires onto here and drag them over here and let them hang, and I'll put all the stuff back together and then run the wires back and install the light right there. Okay, so I got the fish tape ran. I decided to use it anyway. Stuck it up through there, just kind of ran it across. Came out the side right here. Remember, there's a airbag that goes up here, so make sure you run it on top of the airbag and over, you know, for safety or whatever. Okay, I'm paying out the plug. There's 3 wires. There's a black, there's a white, and then there's a white with a black stripe. You're going to be using the black and white wire. The white and black stripe will not be used. The black wire will be constant 12 volts, and the white wire is hooked up to the door pin switch, which supplies negative, obviously, and it'll be a switched negative. So those are the 2 wires you're going to hook up your other wires to. Okay, I got it all soldered up, and I pulled the slack out. I pulled the slack in the wire I just installed, but left it long enough in case I want to take that light out again. So when you put the light back up in there, don't pull this any further. And fun fact, not really, there's a delay on the dome light, so if you're in here with your voltmeter looking for the switched wire, you got to hold down the pin switch. I didn't count how long, but you got to hold it down for a few seconds, and then it'll switch off. And I shouldn't have to say this either, but if you use a long piece of wire off a big spool like that, make sure you cut it to length first, because if you cut it to length afterwards, this wire is going to be live, unless you disconnect your battery, I guess. And if you cut that, you're going to pop a fuse. So make sure you cut that to length before you hook that up. So these are the lights I went with. They're RGBs, and depending on the configuration of those 3 little switches there, it'll change different colors. So I set the 2 floor lights to purple, and I set the trunk light to white. I soldered on some leads, and then I put a piece of heat shrink around it. And I believe I'm going to hot glue them into the car so they look nice and they work. Let's go put them in. Okay, we got the trunk light installed. I just kind of stuck it up here, so right now it's off, obviously. Open the door. Bam! So there it is, and it does illuminate this whole back area pretty damn good, so I'm pretty happy with that. And that's it. Hope you learned something.